What is going on, everybody? It is Complexity, and I am bringing you the trials of MAKI ZENIN. Probably butchered that. This is by DaChamp. Looks like it's another trials video for the roundtable. So let's get right into this. Always love me some CJ.
Get this off my chest real quick, cause who was bro right here feeling like bro, look at him. He was walking up all confident, doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 0.5 seconds. Like, come on, dog. You are a background character.
Now,
you ain't even got a name. No,
I haven't seen this anime yet either.
Not that guy, pal. Alrighty.
I wonder if this is a good anime, because the last one that he did is May I Ask for One More Thing. That was a fantastic anime. I went ahead and I watched it that same day, the entire seasons that are out right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another special emergency impromptu mini trial. Yeah, not gonna lie, these is back-to-back videos that was not planned, but after what I've seen and witnessed.
So this means that he's been watching anime. That's literally what it is, that he's been watching these anime, and so he's making videos off of the new stuff he's been watching. Okay.
Again, I had to make another detour because good God, MAKI ZENIN, bro. If you've already seen this episode of JJK, you knew this video was coming, because this was generally one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
JJK.
Literally just wiped the whole bloodline off the map. So with that being said, it's trial time, baby. So y'all already know we got the evidence on deck, and we counting how many bodies got dropped at the end of this. So let's not waste no more time. Without further ado, Exhibit Z, wiping the ZENIN clan off the map. Now, since this is a trial and we are reviewing a pretty massive crime, let's go ahead and get the main question out the way first. Was MAKI blaming her entire clan justified? And
probably.
I'm here to tell you right now, yes.
I mean, if it's JJK,
yes. All these sorry ass fraudulent ass niggas had to go. Just straight up, these niggas suck. Big three family, my ass. Bro, on some real shit, the ZENIN clan might be one of the most toxic fictional families of all time. I mean,
there's quite a few. I mean, you got Killua's family, then you have the Hyuga clan, which is pretty freaking toxic. There's quite a few families out there, or clans out there, that are pretty shit, man. So I guess we'll find out.
They are competing with the big dogs of dog shit families. They running with the Mishimas, the Hanmas, the Targaryens.
Hanmas is a bad one.
The royal family of the Fire Nation. These niggas
Fire Nation is bad too.
The only thing these greedy motherfuckers valued in life was...
There was also, well, I guess... I was gonna say Black Butler, but that wasn't really the family. That was more so the friends of the family.
Status and power. For example, if you had low curse energy or your curse technique didn't meet up to their standard, they treated you like garbage. They wouldn't even look at your ass. And oh Lord, don't even get me started on the misogyny. This motherfucker Naoya, bro, had to go. This nigga is basically what would happen if Fresh and Fit did the fusion dance. They turned into this motherfucker. I mean, the stuff he was saying about women, good God, bro was talking crazy. And last but not least, and one of the prime reasons they had to get packed up was because of her ugly ass, old ass, black-eyed daddy. This man might be in the running for one of the worst dads in anime history. Him.
Wait, why is Gon's dad up there?
Daddy. This man might be in the...
Okay, I don't know you, don't know you. Gon's dad isn't terrible. I mean, he left to be a hunter, sure, but I mean, there's worse dads. Goku's the worst. I would say Goku's an even worse dad than Gon's dad is.
Dads in anime history. Him and her sorry-ass mama both had to go. I mean, this nigga really made a whole plan to slime out his own daughters. Oki literally hated MAKI and Mai simply because he thought that his daughters was the reason he wasn't named head of the clan. I mean, the first thing MAKI sees when she comes back home is her father standing over her sister's body after he beat the dog water out of her. Then he decides to cut his own daughter down in cold blood, and then he proceeds to drag both of his children's bodies through a dark hallway and throws both of them in a chamber full of curses and leaves his own children in there for dead.
Damn, okay, that's pretty bad.
Had to go. Every last one of them. Because these these motherfuckers were generally terrible people. So when Mai told Maki to destroy it all and sacrifices herself because her literal existence was nerfing Maki because of the whole identical twin thing in JJK, this was the last day on Earth for every last person in the ZENIN compound that day. Because since Mai took all the curse energy with her when she passed, it left Maki with none. And with the heavenly restriction that she has, she basically got a game-breaking buff and became a physical freak of nature, just like her deadbeat uncle. So the first victim of Maki's massacre.
So it does sound like this was very, very justified. All right.
Was her bum-ass deadbeat dad, and she made quick work of his sorry ass. Hell, he was so scared when he felt her aura, this nigga thought Toji came back from the dead like the Undertaker. But nah, bro charged up his attack just for Maki to hit him with a
I like it, cut G.
took the nigga's dome piece off.
Damn. That dude got... Oh man,
she dropped off.
That dude, it must have had to have been cut, the audio. Jesus Christ, that's fucking crazy, dude. That's absolute crazy work. Oh,
for sorry ass pops. Next up on the chopping block were the Kukuru unit. And this is the moment where Maki turned into the bride. Cause the way she was dicing these niggas up really had me thinking I was watching the anime adaptation of Kill Bill. Now let's set the scene. After her pops got a fresh lineup, the whole compound ended up going on lockdown, and Maki ended up getting surrounded by the Kukuru unit. A bunch of nameless ZENIN clan NPCs with no curse techniques that ranks were filled up with a bunch of ball niggas and motherfuckers with butts cause that have never had a hit fade or a lineup ever in their life. But luckily for the Kukuru unit, they were surrounding the best barber in Jujutsu society. So a bunch of them end up running at her, but she swings once and gets a quadruple kill. Then after she drops the first four, she just casually starts to walk down these niggas. Look at this one kill. She cuts both of his arms off and sliced them down the middle. And while she was mid-air, she hits his sword and it was straight into this dude's neck.
God damn. I mean, JJK is definitely the anime of beatdowns. Like, that's just the bottom line. It has always been the anime of beatdowns, the anime of hands, a lot like Tokyo Revengers. But I need to apparently catch up with JJK because I have not seen any of this yet. The last I watched was when that city got completely destroyed, that one. Oh my god, with the curse that came back, and I guess the uncle and all that, he had to come back to life.
So after she wiped out the first wave of dudes, this one bald nigga, and I ain't gonna hold y'all, I gotta get this off my chest real quick, cause who was bro right here feeling like bro, look at him, he was walking up all confident doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 0.5 seconds. Like,
there's always that trope.
You are a
always that trope.
You ain't even got a name. Know your role, nigga. You are not that guy. Ow. So after this bald nigga lost all of his aura, Maki just continued to brutally murder everyone in sight. Nobody in that room was safe. She was styling on these niggas so hard to
these dudes were just basically fruit in a blender for her. Holy crap. That's gotta suck though. So in JJK, because I've only watched so much of it. So if you're a twin, what does that do? That like cuts your power in half? That sucks. I guess that would explain one of the reasons why the dad thought that having twin daughters was one of the reasons why he wasn't like head of the clan or higher up in the clan.
Screen turned gray and black just like when the bride ripped the dude's eyes out. Now as she continued to cut everyone down, we get to one of her most brutal kills. She drops down like she's about to do a hell sweep, but she kicks this dude in the gut. And this kick was so hard, it literally made this dude's head explode. Yeah, not gonna lie, if I'm one of these dudes and I just saw one of my homies go out like that, I'm gonna be real, I'm hopping on a plane and I'm leaving Japan ASAP.
Yeah, like that's the craziest thing about all of this, right? Like that's something that I've never, like, I guess it makes sense because you kind of need the fodder to up somebody's like prowess and everything. But it's like, my God, I would hate to be in some of these worlds, some of these universes, and just be like a regular ass nigga, because then you're there. You're just food for the slaughter, essentially.
Because I'm not about to lose my life for this shit, gang. A nigga's head just exploded. You got me fucked. So after she just exploded bro's cranium, these two come in and swing, but they get instantly decapitated. Then this one tries to attack her, but she hits the limbo and gives this nigga one of the nastiest side eyes. She really looked at bro like,
are you serious, my brother?
Then cuts his...
Yo, what's with the head?
The nastiest side eyes. She really looked at bro like,
Are you serious, my brother?
Dude, you know, sometimes animation is just so like weird and funny, especially when there's the elongated like framework and all that, and they just look so dumb because he looks like he's got a what is the heads on Easter Island, whatever the fuck those are called, type of head.
then cuts his sword in half. And while bro was just left in disbelief, he had no time to think about his next move, because he ended up getting
Yeah.
Then she ends up jumping
Bisect.
up top. And look at this brother right here. You can tell just by the look in his eyes that he done already doodled his pants, and he's regretting his entire life right now. Bro is probably in his head cursing his parents for birthing him in this family. Maki ends up cutting them all down and painting the wall red, and finally puts that one guy out of his misery. Then she ends up pulling off one of the sauciest sequences in anime history. She jumps down and starts sliding on the blood and booze like 10 niggas. Then while she was still sliding, one dude tries to hit her, but she ends up hitting the limbo again and ends up transitioning into a bicycle kick and snatches bro's ankles. Then the last guy in the sequence got done the dirtiest out of everyone. She slid on the blood while standing upright.
The freaking aura farming is insane on this one.
And pulled up in front of this dude's face, and she stared into his soul and hit him with a
1-inch punch.
Hand me the black amount.
Not gonna lie, this might be one of the most disrespectful moments of all time, simply because of how nonchalant she was while doing this. She really slid on the blood and passed by both of these niggas.
Dude, there's a whole ass
Not
floor.
gonna lie, this might be one of the most disrespectful moments of all time, simply because of how nonchalant she was while doing this.
I might have went back too far. Look at that. There's a whole ass floor of blood, bro. Jesus Christ, that shit's painted everywhere. Because I actually like when an anime does something like this, where because a lot of the time they'll like, to save time and editing and all that, they won't keep certain like damage or like damage in shots and stuff like that. Like people will be fighting and everything and they'll look completely clean, but then when they stop and they like separate, they're like all super dirty, and then they start fighting again and they're still not like torn and tethered the same way, or something will blow up or some blood will be all over the place, but when you see them fighting inside the room, it's not there anymore until they like still framed or something. So that's just incredible, man. She killed him with the Riz, basically, just whoop, boom, just that 1-inch punch.
Slid on the blood and passed by both of these niggas and singled dude out specifically just to hit him with a 1-inch punch and send him flying.
Nasty.
Like, that is just flat out ridiculous. So she runs up to this one dude and she packs him up just like Anakin did to Count Dooku, as she cuts his hands clean off and disarms him. And while this dude was screaming in pain, his sword that ended up flying landed on top of his dome. Dude wasn't even expecting it. Poor guy died because of collateral damage. So as Maki continued to cut down the last wave of ZENIN NPCs, she decides to finish him off with a Devil May Cry combo. She starts to swing and chop up every nigga in the room. So
they
when
really
she
are
finally
just
stands
fruit in a
upright,
blender.
everybody else in the room drops dead. And
Jesus
with that, Maki
Christ.
just casually dropped off the entire Kukuru unit that consisted over 100+ niggas. She dropped
Don't get
off
on her
over
bad
100
side.
people in that room in about 2 minutes. That's just pure wicked work right there. So after the Kukuru unit was wiped out, we move on to our next set of victims, who were known as the Hei. Now the Hei consisted of the strongest sorcerers in the ZENIN clan. All these dudes were semi-grade 1 sorcerers or higher. So on paper, these niggas should not be bums. But Maki didn't give a damn who they were, cause she was here to expose these bums for the frauds that they were. So
well, she also got a mean Zenkai boost, apparently, considering like her sister killed herself and all that. So, yeah.
First thing that she does is instantly speed blitz Nobuaki, the captain of the Kukuru unit. And she wasted little to no.
Man, every single time he says the name, the Kukuru, I'm thinking cake. The kook.
No time on his sorry ass. Bro tried to lunge in to attack Maki, but she closed the distance in like 2 seconds and cuts his sword into pieces.
Ooh.
Then she rips his throat out, and the front piece of his sword that ended up getting broken off flew back and donned him in the back of the head. Not gonna lie,
Boomerang
this has to be her
swords?
most brutal kill in this whole case, because this was just flat out disgusting. She really just grabbed him by the neck and ripped out his trachea. And while he was bleeding out and gasping for air, his own sword hits the reverse and throws him in the head. Like,
But does she like, wait, why? Did she like put like string on it or something? Or was it like, is it like one of her like abilities? Like, doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, it's badass, so I guess it doesn't have to make any sense, but god damn.
good God, that is just pure brutality. So next up was the old man with the mohawk. And just look at him in this frame. You know damn well his old ass didn't know what the hell was going on. Unk had no business being here. Maki was so fast, she popped up in his face for a good 2 seconds. And you see his death from his POV. Maki ripped his eyes out and crushed them in front of him. She brutally murdered a senior citizen who probably had Alzheimer's disease. So after she...
Wait. What did you just say, CJ?
She brutally murdered a senior citizen who probably had Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's. Not Alzheimer's. 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 That's all right. A lot of people get that. A lot of people say that.
So after she took out the first two, she ends up getting hit by this gravity magic attack by this rat tail looking motherfucker. And he was trying to hold her down for this ore farmer Junichi to not do shit. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'ma be 100% real with y'all. This Junichi nigga had my ass fooled, I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be one of them ones. I mean, look at the nigga.
It looks like
he
it.
looked the part. He looking like Uvo from Hunter x Hunter. He was Toji's brother, for Christ's sakes. I thought he was gonna be like that. But no, my disappointment was immeasurable. He hits Maki with the same move Deku hit Overhaul with. Just a massive barrage of punches that ended up manifesting into a bunch of giant fists. And
they did nothing.
Like this attack should have done something. Hell, the explosion the attack gave off looks like a nuke just got set off. But when the dust clears, the first person that you see is Ranta. And his little rat-tailed ass was bleeding out because he was trying to hold down Maki so Junichi could kill her. And he thinks that he is dying at peace, thinking that his boy Junichi just finished the job. So when he finally dies, you see Maki walk out of the smoke. And when she walks past him, she is carrying Junichi's head. This...
Yeah, damn. Yeah, you could toss her in the round table. You could definitely, man, if all she needed was a Zen, like, that's crazy to think that that was how badly she was being held back by having a twin. So if that's the case, so I'm assuming it's something along the lines of like the power is split between them, so they're only half as strong. But even if they were only half as strong, I would assume half of that power is still more than strong enough to have like wiped out this clan in the first place. Maybe I gotta watch more JJK. Like I gotta start watching it again in order to understand, because that is insane.
Kid Ranta died living a false reality because his sacrifice meant nothing. Bro died just for Junichi's sorry ass to not do shit and lose every bit of aura bro had. So after the fraudulent four got packed up, the last man standing was none other than the leader of the ZENIN clan's most elite squad of bums, the misogynistic tickle monster himself, Naoya. And this wide...
He looks like the dude from class, what is it, class 2B or 1B or 2A? Class 2A, the one that's always like, well, look who got detention. I guess class 1A isn't all it's cracked up to be. They ended up erecting a statue of that loser.
Mouth, lockjawed, crooked tooth looking motherfucker probably gave Maki the best spa day she's ever had in her life. I mean, look at this 5-star customer service. He is massaging every muscle on her body at 24 frames per second. That shit probably feels amazing. Then he got to his chiropractic bag. Nigga started to throw her in the mountains and shit, making sure her bones and joints were loose from all that tension, because he knew her back had to hurt from carrying this episode so damn hard. So after about a good 12 seconds when the massage was finally over, we get to the demise of Naoya. And one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen. Maki ends up squatting down into the stance of a sumo wrestler, and she just stands here and waits patiently to swat this nigga like the fly that he was. So while Naoya was running to use his finishing move, Maki basically figured out how his technique works and downloaded his movements and read him like a book. She turned turns around and stares into this nigga's soul. Fist cocked back and loaded. And you can see it in Naoya's face. Bro is looking like
Bro
the
ran
two
to
dudes
his
from the last video
demise.
that were in the same exact situation. And he was probably thinking the same thing they were in his last moments.
Damn, he really about to rock my shit.
Nah. There's just something about in anime when somebody just gets just little broed and just has their like head slammed into the ground that is just so disrespectful. That it's just like sit down, just sit down. No. Oh my goodness. That dude was running so fast, he probably broke his own neck.
And skull shattered. The strongest misogynist in history was cooked. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the final on-screen victim of the ZENIN clan massacre. And it was none other than her sorry-ass mama. And the way she killed her was...
Wait, wasn't the mom like not part of the people who was like abusing her and her sister? Wasn't it like... Maybe I'd have to rewatch, but I feel like he didn't say too many bad things about the mom. Why did she get it? Maybe because she didn't protect them.
Actually very unsettling. She was basically walking around and playing hide and seek with her while calling out, "Mother," in a tone that felt like she was just trying to talk with the intentions of killing her. She was moving like an actual serial killer. So when she finally found her, you can just see the terror on her face because her own daughter that she treated like garbage was about to take her life. And Maki didn't even hesitate to do it. She slit her throat and that was that. Ball game. Now let me give her sorry ass mama a little credit. She did make sure to send Naoya's two-faced Harvey Dent looking ass back to the lobby with the rest of the family. But with that though, every single member of the ZENIN clan that was at the compound that day were dead. And Maki's mother was the last on-screen victim of the massacre. Now,
do not pass go
on screen because guess what? Job's not finished. Because when Mai said destroy it all, she really meant destroy it all. Because after she massacred everybody at the compound that day,
the whole
she
compound
went off and boomed every other ZENIN clan member that wasn't there that day. She took every last one of these niggas off the
whole
island. You wasn't even
island.
safe if you wasn't even at the compound that day. She still found those niggas and killed them. And she completely eradicated the entire bloodline to the point where they ended up getting kicked out of the big three families and their entire family legacy was ruined. Now,
Jesus
last thing
Christ.
to complete this entire exhibit, let's estimate how many people she actually killed.
A
now,
lot.
with the resources we got, we can make a pretty good estimate. So let's look at this family photo right here. Every person in this photo besides Naobito got killed by Maki, and that would be a total of 112. And adding her sorry ass mama, that's 113. Now let's look at everybody that was not at the compound. She killed the other 6 members of the Hei that weren't there that day, 9 members of the Akashi, and 21 other members of the Kukuru unit. So if we add in those
155?
149 of these.
Okay, 149. God damn.
Now this is not a confirmed number. This is just my estimate. But not gonna lie, that is one wicked kill death ratio. And with that,
149 to
0. That is an easy pass.
That's like old school, like M6, was it M46 or M64 Nuketown spawn camp, bro?
No reaction.
Jesus
She really
Christ.
exposed how fraudulent the ZENIN clan actually was. Like, it's actually hilarious when you look at this. This clan prides itself off of cursed techniques and cursed energy. And the fact that all these grown-ass men got wiped off the map by a 16-year-old girl that didn't have a drop of that shit is hilarious.
That bitch tall as fuck for 16. Jesus Christ, she's like 6 foot tall.
Naobito's will. But they can all have that conversation down there while they burning in hell. Also,
that's
for
crazy.
Crime, not guilty. Them niggas.
What is it? Yeah, she like damn near 6 foot tall. Oh well, that's probably not even a real thing, but still, this bitch is tall as hell.
Had to go. Free Maki, nigga. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I obviously need to catch up on some JJK because I have not watched it since I think like season 2-ish or something. My God, that is crazy. But I love characters like this. I love characters that have like that they eventually they snap. Like they gain this massive amount of power and they do good, like kind of like can't really say like Killua, because Killua doesn't turn on his family or anything like that. But I love it when a character finally stops being like nice about things or stops taking people's shit and just immediately turns into this demon and just goes crazy. But that MAKI ZENIN, that is crazy. Anyways, guys, let me know if you liked the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what else what other like maybe animes I should probably be checking out. I've been watching a couple of them. I've been loving a lot of it. You know, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Crazy trial.